Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is the third time I've made a starter intro. The first time it cut uh, half of the beginning off, and the second time I didn't have the sound turned on. But this is the sixth episode of 4-Color 49 Conservation, and yeah, that's kind of surprising. I didn't know that it would go this long. But yeah, this is the sixth episode, and I kind of did something I'm not real comfortable with in this one, and you'll see what it is. Obviously, you'll see what it is. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of you doing that, and we'll talk about it a little bit more at the end of the video. In the meantime, let's go ahead and watch it, and we're going to do that right now. Well, right after this. All right, it's time to start working on the cover. I'm going to have to do some things to it. We'll have to add a little bit here, add a little there. I'll do that with the leaf casting or spot casting. Then we'll have to spot cast a few things on the cover here. This is not the best in the world, but it'll be all right, I think. But I think the first thing I need to do is see what I can do about this interior. Because it's white here and brown here, and that's not good. And also I want this to fold over properly. So let's get set up for that. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it up. Now I meant to go get a larger pair of scissors than what I have. But my car battery's dead. I don't know why. It wasn't dead the other day. No lights were left on because the lights automatically turn off, but still. What we need to do is take this puppy pad and cut it in half. And I'm using a smaller pair of scissors because my big ones died and I haven't replaced them yet. Why do I cut it in half? It lasts longer that way. So, next up, we open it up. Oh, where's my paper towels? I must have taken my paper towels in the other room. But I'm going to put some paper towels over the top here so when I spray it, it doesn't get on my keyboard. Because I do have a computer in here. And that's how I managed to film this without the... So we'll go ahead and get started anyway. First up, put a piece of Mylar down. Shake up my spray, and we'll spray it some. Then I'm going to put this cover down this way. And we're going to spray that. Probably should have done a dry clean first, but I'll do the dry clean later. Because I'm probably going to dry this comic out a couple of times before I'm done, or this cover out. Put that over it. Yeah. Lift it up. Get the wrinkles out of it. I'm going to have to strengthen that corner. It's got a bad bend in it. I'm going to spray it again. And we're just going to let it, look at that, it's already starting to come out. We're just going to let it sit for a while, then I'll come back and squeegee it off and we'll see what we've got. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to do this, but I'll do it as many times as I need. And I'll show you every single one of them. Everything I do to this cover, except when I put it into the to the press, everything else I'm going to show you as I do it. Alright, let's take a look, see what we got here. Forgot something. I forgot something. I want to have this there. Alright. Got quite a bit off of it that time. Wow. My light went out. I don't understand why. It shouldn't have. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and spray it down again. I'm going to do this a couple of times, then I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in my press and let it dry, and then we'll see how the interior looks. I mean, I can tell right now it's not even close to getting the color I would like to have it. Alright, I'll be back. Well, it's time to squeegee out the nastiness again. And it's got quite a bit of it. I did that slow so that you could see it. Yeah, it's got a lot of nasty in there. Let's flip it over and squeegee the other side. I think I'm going to do it one more time, and then we'll see how we're sitting. I think after this one I'm going to go ahead and put it in my cold press, but you know, I'll show you that. I won't show you me putting it in the cold press, but I'll show you me prepping it for the cold press. I am going to rinse it out with water, just plain water, because I will be putting calcium hydroxide in it again later. This spray that I'm using right now is betaine and calcium hydroxide. So we'll be back. Alright, it's time to do the squeegee thing again. And then I'm going to spray it down with some water. I'm actually going to spray it with distilled water, which is not something I do all the time. And then we're going to put some Kollecting over it. Well, actually we'll let the distilled water do its thing first. There we go. And this is just plain old distilled water. But like I said, I want to do that, and then I'm going to, in the next section, I will put some Kollecting over it and put it between a couple of pieces of blotter paper and stick it in my cold press for a little while. So I'll be back. Alright, let's go ahead and squeegee this down. Shouldn't be hardly anything that comes out of it since it was just water. But we are going to get some stuff. Turn it over. Clean all that off. Put it back down. Squeegee again. We're going to press it and dry it and take a look at it. Going to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and do this real gentle, just pulling a little more water off of it. Take this piece of Kollecting and hopefully it'll fit. Yep, it's pretty good to me. Need to flip that over. Pull this piece off if I can. Sometimes it wants to stick a little bit. There we go. Set that off to the side because I got to wash it. When I say wash it, all I'm going to do is rinse it off with water, just to make sure there's no soap or anything on it before I use it again. Right. Alright, that side looks pretty clean. That side doesn't, but so that's the way we're going to do that. I need to flip the whole thing over again. Make sure it's centered on the yeah, that's alright. This side's still a little funky. Might be time for me to cut some new ones. Not sure what that is. Yeah, got it off. Alright, I'm going to go stick this in the press and we'll take a look at it in a couple hours. Well, it's been a couple hours, so let's take a look at this. I will be putting it back under, I think. So we'll go ahead and put another piece of water paper. This is the side I want to see right here. It's lightened it some, but it's nowhere near where I want it to be. And this needs to go over a little more. That's not going to put it over. It's still damp. So I have to decide, do I want to go ahead and start it again now or go ahead and let it dry completely? I think I'm going to dry it completely before I do anything else. And we'll go from there. So, got another pretty white sheet there with a little nastiness on the other side, but that's fine. And we'll put it back in the press. Well, let's take a look at this. See if it lightened up enough for me. Not really. Not the way I would like it to. So I have to make a decision. I have to decide, do I want to try washing it again a couple of times and see if I can get more of this discoloration out? Or do I want to put it under UV light? Something I am not a fan of at all. But I can do it. I have what it takes to do that. I don't like it. So I'm going to think about it for a little while, and you'll know in the next segment what I decide. So I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it on a Mylar sheet. Just like that. And then I'm going to stick it in my my blue light box that I use for toys mostly. Spray it with a little 3% hydrogen peroxide and see if that helps. If that doesn't work, I'm going to clean it real good again. Well, I'm going to clean it again regardless. But I'll clean it again, make sure there's nothing left over and that the peroxide has stopped. And once I do that, if it still isn't the way I want it, I'm going to use some Gellum gum, which I should probably use anyway, but I want to try this anyway. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to give that a shot and see what happens. I'll put it in there for about 2 hours, and I'll check on it, and maybe do another 2 hours. So, let's see what it looks like when I'm done. I can't film that. I can't record that because I have to do that in my back room, which has no room for a camera right now. So there we go. Alright, I had it under a blue light for about 2.5 hours, and I don't want to have it in there any longer than that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and wash it and use some calcium hydroxide and betaine to wash it, clean out any traces of peroxide that might still be in it, and yeah, deacidify it again, and then we'll go from there. So, same thing I did yesterday, or the last time. Yeah, it feels really dry now, so it definitely needs this. Got to get moisture back in it, because we had some moisture leave. Oof. I'm a little worried about it. Let's get me another sheet. Alright, we're going to let that sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, or longer if need be. And then I'll come back, squeegee it off, do the same thing again, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's get this squeegeed off and see how we're doing. I think we got some ink coming off. Could be wrong. I think I'm going to dry this out. So we can start working on making the furnish. What I need to do the spot casting, I've got a couple of places on the spine I want to spot cast, including these, and then these two corners. So yeah, let's do the thing we need to do. And I don't know if I will have time to do another video or another segment. We'll see. It doesn't want to come up. Where's my... There it is. Now I really want to go ahead and put sizing on this, but I'm going to wait until I get ready to do the actual spot casting. So we're just going to put this in the press, see how it turns out. Hopefully I can show you. I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't want to rush the editing when I start doing it. But I also don't want to go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, which is sometimes what I end up doing when I edit these. So what I'm going to do, yeah, this is not good at all. And what really makes this bad is I just dropped my piece of Kollecting. But you see, it's not on there properly. So I'm going to do something really stupid. I picked up the wet cover, something you should never, ever, ever do. Ever. Never. Not at all. Let me go stick this in my cold press and see how it turns out. Hopefully I'll be able to show you, but I'm not going to count on it. Well, you didn't do anything shaky. Yeah, I kind of did. I do not like the idea of using blue light and hydrogen peroxide on comic books. I just don't like the idea. Sometimes you just got to swallow your pride and go with what your gut's telling you. My gut told me that was the best way to work that out, and it seemed to have worked pretty good. And of course, the only reason I went ahead and did that was because I knew that I was going to wash the comic again anyway. I was going to do another clean. I was going to add more calcium hydroxide, more betaine to do a final clean on it. And then I was going to add methyl cellulose to the cover before I started to do the fill, you know, the spot casting or leaf casting. And since I decided that's the way I was going to go, I don't feel that bad about doing it. I don't think it should ever be a last step, but as an intermediate step before you go on to do your final work on the book, yeah, maybe not so bad. I was very disappointed when I took it out and got ready to do the that last wash that I just did, because the cover felt so dry compared to when I first started. It wasn't funny. I don't know what it's like right now. I haven't taken it out of the press as of right now. Probably won't do that till tomorrow morning. And that's what I'll start the next video, the next 49 video with. And I'll go ahead and record that when I take it out. So that'll be part of the next Monday's video. In the meantime, everybody, have yourself a great day and a great week. We'll see you on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Central, Coffee with Chaos. Take care, everybody.